Thinking about summer and the holidays that we have, and we're now coming up on July the 4th, and I think back over my childhood memories. They were some very good memories. I had a lot of cousins, and we always had a cabin on the river when I was growing up. So there I learned to water ski at it was a board. I forgot what you call those. Surfboard-like thing, but it was really big. I learned to do that before I learned to water ski, but at a young age. But we always had a little small cabin, my uncle and my dad and my cousins, and so we would always barbecue on July the 4th, and if we weren't on the river, we would do it at home. And when my dad and his brother would, we had a very big barbecue pit, and you could raise it high or low. So on ribs, you want to do them slow and put them on there and let them cook for a long time so they could raise it up so they could, cook the ribs or the pork chops or chicken or whatever. And so it was a lot of fun to experience those holidays and watch my dad, especially as he barbecued. And then later on, when he had extra time, he found an incredible barbecue sauce, and he started making his own sauce, which I now use on mine. So summers and holidays, especially July the 4th, are very memorable to me. So moving on from childhood to when I got married and then had children and then had grandchildren, we would barbecue at my house. And then when we moved from one place to another, we lived in Argo, and everybody would come to the house and we would cook outside when we would barbecue. And then when the fall came, we would do the chicken wings. So it was a lot of fun for the family to get together and share around the table. My favorite sides for July the 4th would always be potato salad. That has got to be top of the list, and baked beans, and of course the meat, that we barbecue. And let's see, we always have good dessert. My mom always made wonderful banana pudding and chocolate pie, and of course iced tea. For us Southerners, we got to have our sweet iced tea. Well, tea, it's got to be sweet. A lot of people don't put anything in it, but no, I don't want it that way. And my preference is sugar. A lot of people that try to watch their diet, they put Splenda. It's okay, but there's nothing like putting sugar in your tea and making it good and sweet and putting lemon in it. When we went to Roland worked in South Africa, they didn't drink, the only kind of tea they had down there was hot tea. Served in a cup with maybe a little bit of lemon or something, but they had never had iced sweet tea. And Roland worked with a bunch of guys that came to visit us once, and I had sweet tea and I offered them a glass, and they just went crazy. They loved it. And of course they wanted to know, well, how do you make this? I said, well, it's easy. So I introduced them to good old Southern sweet tea.